absolutely disgusting, right? Right? Don't you think that's absolutely disgusting? So my question is, what is lurking behind your walls? We honestly, we never know. We truly never know. Have you ever had a leak? Has your sink ever leaked? Has your tub ever leaked? Has your window ever leaked into your house? If it has, you very well may have this behind your walls. Mold. Disgusting, right? I had a flood in my basement, okay? I had a flood in my basement in, I believe it was end of August, okay? This is a picture of what was behind one of my basement walls. They had to rip out my entire basement, 2 rooms and the furnace room, rip out all the walls, take out the studs because it eats right through the studs. They had to rip it all out and replace it with fresh new stuff. Guess how long after the flood they had to do that? 3 months. 3 months after we had that flood, this is what was behind my walls. Gross, right? Look at this. Here's another picture for you. These were studs. The mold eats through it so fast, so fast. And it is so extremely dangerous. So extremely dangerous. The mold spores are in the air and you breathe them in. And you do not get them out of your body. They stay in your body unless you do something on purpose to get rid of them. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to talk about, like, if you've ever had water leak into your house from anywhere, it's very likely you have mold. If you have a basement and you don't run a dehumidifier, basements tend to be moist, they tend to be wet, and that's that smell that you get when you go down into the basement. That smell doesn't mean mold. Most mold is actually, you can't smell it. But when you go down into the basement, you can smell the damp. And where there's damp, there tends to be mold. So if you're not always running a dehumidifier, it's very likely you could have mold in your walls. Okay? If you're telling me, you know what, I don't have a basement, I've never had a leak, I don't have any mold because I've never had a leak. Okay, everybody's having to wear masks right now. I hope you're cleaning your masks every couple of days, like not just wiping them down, like full on washing machine cleaning, or replacing, using disposable masks. Even more importantly, using disposable masks. Otherwise, this is what could be lurking in your mask. This is a mask. This could be what could be leaking on the inside of your material mask. You could have mold spores literally breathing in on your mask, just like that, okay? Mold lurks everywhere. Okay, you know what? No, I wash them often. I don't have mold in the house. Okay, how about heavy metals? Heavy metals. Did you know that heavy metals are in everything? Everything that you ingest? Did you know that your tap water has heavy metals in it? Did you know that? I'm just going to read something for you here about the heavy metals in your water, okay? Heavy metals are usually present in trace amounts in natural waters, but many of them are toxic, even at very low concentrations. Sometimes the things that you can't see are actually very dangerous. Metals such as arsenic, lead, cadmium, nickel, mercury, chromium, cobalt, zinc, and selenium are highly toxic even in minor quantities. So if you're drinking several glasses of water from your tap every day, you are putting heavy metals into your body. Sure. You're putting heavy metals into your body. And your body does not excrete all those heavy metals. your body holds on to them. And then you get symptoms from them. Your diet can also be full of heavy metals. It's actually one of the biggest sources of heavy metal poisoning is your diet. Okay, I'm going to read here something about the foods. Okay, you can find this information. You can find this information anywhere, guys. If you want to take a look up, heavy metals, if you want to take a look up symptoms of heavy metal poisoning, you'll see that, a lot of things that we struggle with, like clarity, fatigue, gut issues, a lot of those things that we struggle with can actually even be due to heavy metals in our body, especially after years and years of buildup. You can actually go and get tested through your doctor for heavy metals because it's a very real thing, guys. Heavy metals are everywhere, and your diet is one big source of heavy metal poisoning. That's bad news for your mitochondrial function. If you're dealing with fatigue, autoimmune issues, thyroid problems, or adrenal issues, heavy metal toxicity may be to blame. And so it goes on talking about all of that, talking about detox tips. So one way to get some of the heavy metals out of your system is actually to sweat. You can sweat it out. So saunas, things like that, like excessive sweating, not just a little sweat because you ran up the stairs, like excessive sweating, using a sauna, something like that will help get some of them out. You can also use a detox source like a supplement, which I'm going to explain to you in a little bit. So, a lot of foods can carry heavy metals like rice and fish, things like that. And I'm pretty sure there's a list. Yeah, so here's a list. Fish. Unfortunately, all fish have some level of mercury. Farmed seafood is particularly bad because it's high in heavy metals, pesticides, toxins, pathogens, and environmental contaminants. Limit your consumption of fish. And then it talks about brown rice contains up to 80% more arsenic than white rice. I had no idea. I actually recently switched from white rice to brown rice. So I might have to change that. Arsenic is concentrated in the thin outer layer that gives brown rice its color. Who knew that? Did any of you know that? That is crazy. Eat white rice instead. It's an easily digestible carbohydrate with less arsenic and more flavor. Leafy green vegetables. Eat your veggies, but not too much. Leafy green vegetables love cadmium, a heavy metal also found in grains. Reduce your exposure by only eating organic. Balance your diet with other vegetables in the green zone, like broccoli, olives, and zucchini. And then, of course, unfiltered water. 30% of plumbing infrastructure in the U.S. alone contains lead piping. 30% of the U.S. Plumbing contains lead piping. Lead service lines or lead plumbing components, which leaches into your water. So that's another thing. And then they talk about sweating it out, exercise more. You can test yourself. You can go get tested for heavy metals in your body. I know I say a lot. So it says everyone has some level of heavy metal in their body, and they really are part of the underlying root cause of disease. If you're dealing with fatigue, recurrent headaches, autoimmune disease, thyroid, which I already went over, adrenal fatigue, problems could be caused in part by heavy metals. So because I've been finding this out, we were actually doing a detox challenge, and I've been looking more into this and finding more about it. So I wanted to go live and tell you about it because I've been actually detoxing the heavy metals and mold from my body, especially from the leak that we had, and we had all that mold that was removed from the basement. The fact that there's heavy metals in almost everything we eat and the water that we drink, and I drink a lot of water. So I want to make sure that I am detoxing those heavy metals and that mold out of my body instead of it sitting, sitting and continually piling up. And I will be doing the same. My husband's doing the same. So literally all it is a magnetic ionic detox. And all I do is I take this little dropper here, okay, and I drop 10 drops into my water, which I've already done, so I don't want to do it again in this one. So I drop 10 drops into my 500 milliliter water, and I do that in 4 bottles a day for 30 days. So that's a soft detox for 30 days. You can do up to 90 days, I believe. So I will be doing that. I will be continuing to do that. I started doing that already. I will continue to do that for the full 30 days and see how that goes. I know my husband actually lost 3 pounds in the first 2 days that he started doing that. And I've lost 2 pounds since I started doing that. So I don't know if that's like, we had that much pounds of heavy metals in us, or I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just know that this is a really, really, really good way to detoxify the heavy metals and the mold in your system. And we actually have a special on this right now. You can save, I think you save like $20 or something. It's pretty crazy. It's a really, really, really good, good deal. I can't remember. I would tell you how much it was if I could remember. I'm thinking $45, and you get the whole month of detox. And, you could start feeling a relief from some of those symptoms that have been bothering you, as far as, what they say, heavy metal toxicity and mold toxicity can cause in your body. So, I'm going to be doing this every single year with my family now, because I didn't know all of these details. And now that I do, I want to make sure that we're not building up all of that toxicity, mold and heavy metals. So we'll be doing this every single year now, starting in January. And I will let you know how it goes. If you'd like some more information on these, just hit me up in my inbox and I will get that information out to you, so that maybe if you want to participate in our detox challenge, you can do that too. Okay. So make sure if you've ever had a flood, I would take a look behind your walls, because you definitely should not be living with this. Please do not live with this. It is very, very, very toxic. Please take care of that. Check out your walls, look inside the walls. If you have it, please tear it down and get rid of it, especially, if you've got children. This was actually my kids' playroom. So there's no way I was going to let them down there playing in this. Even though it was behind the walls, it doesn't matter. The pores still come out. So I'm going to hop off here now. I have a Zoom that I need to attend. Thank you so much for hopping on and watching with me, and stay safe, everybody.